Well, good morning and welcome to the Daily Reflections for April the 12th. And my thoughts this morning were ones of something that I was woken up with early hours of this morning, and that was germination. And I've been thinking about our walk and the walk of faith that we have. And one of the things that really comes to mind is that of God was asking, what is it that you are doing with the seeds that I've given you? In other words, are we just holding the seeds and putting them in a jar and storing them away for a future date? Or are we beginning to plant the seeds? Are we beginning to have seeds of faith? Well, one of the things that I learned as I got up and I thought I've got to investigate this more, and I found that in the process of germination there are some methods that we need to think about, and one of them is called it's where we leave it in the process of the seed being watered. We planted it, the seed needed watering, and as the seed waters, it opens up and it interacts with what's inside, and it then feeds into a thing called the radicle and the plumation. And I know it's a bit scientific today, but I'm trying my best with it. But basically, the radicle then goes out of the shoot, breaks out of that seed, and then goes downward because it's going into the roots of what we believe. It's having a firm foundation, and then then the plumation goes up, and it absolutely breaks through the surface, and then the leaves can then form from that. The Apostle Paul writes it this way: I planted the seed, Apollos watered it, but it's God who's been making it grow. And, when we look at that process of things, how that works, are we today being using the seeds that we've got, our seeds of faith, in the correct way? In other words, are you this morning, my thought for this morning is, are we just holding on to those seeds and just having them in our hands, but we're doing nothing with them? So have a think about that today. Do you need, and I'm going to say it in a bit of a cliche way, but do you need to let that seed be watered? And do you need to become radical? Do you need to become rooted in what the things of God are for those seeds to grow? And then, when you go out and you look at the plumation, then is that what's breaking through? See, to have breakthrough, we first the seed has to be expanded. And once the seed is expanded, then it needs to be broken out of and put deep into the roots of our belief. So there we are. Woke up with that this morning. It spoke to me massively, especially when we're in the area of our ministry and the things we do. Sometimes it looks like nothing is happening, but under the soil there is so much going on. And if we just plant those seeds instead of keeping them and storing them for later, but we start to plant them, then they have the opportunity to be watered, and we then become rooted in Christ. So that's my thoughts of the day. I hope that really helps you today. I hope if you're in a difficult situation or you're finding it really hard to get through the day, that you can see that it's not just about holding on to the seeds of faith, but it's about planting them and allowing God to do the rest, and getting them watered. Other people will come along and water them for you. How great is that we can mix as a community. So that's my thoughts for the day. I hope that's really been helpful for you, and I shall see you tomorrow.